So guys, Rufai of Arise Television has come again. He has come again hard on Tinubu. Nigerians, you need to see what Tinubu did in this video. You need to watch this video. These people, they came to ruin this country in the name of leadership. Nigerians, it's time to rise up. It's time to rise up. Go and see what is happening in Kenya. Go and see how Kenyans are standing up to the occasion. Because enough of these politicians abusing, the humility of the citizens. Take a look.
The people are being killed by inflation. You cannot agree a minimum wage. Now you've pushed it back to the states because the states don't want to pay. You're saying you're still talking about it. And at a time where independent evaluators are saying it will take over 104,000 naira to have decent wage for the people. You want to pay 62,000. Your people are feeding fat. You are buying more planes. You are having your best life. You are traveling as much as you can. You're having a good time. All your allowances are being paid, and the people are boiling.
So guys, it is becoming clear that what this country needs at the moment is revolution. See, if we don't wake up and rise and protest hardly, this government will not learn their lesson. You can imagine how much is being spent when Nigerians cannot even eat. The federal government is using millions upon millions of naira to change the tire of their vehicles, and Nigerians will go to bed hungry. Nigerians, this is condemnable. Honestly, this cannot happen in a sane society, in any sane country. This kind of thing cannot happen. They say Nigerians should endure, but these leaders, these so-called leaders, they are not ready to even endure alongside with the people. Take a look.
Reports indicate that the State House spent 244,654,350 naira on the purchase and supply of tires in a single day. Now, this expenditure is not at all surprising, as the 2024 appropriation bill allocated over 350 million naira for tires, with an additional 6 billion naira for the purchase of new motor vehicles for the State House headquarters. Now, furthermore, 3 different offices under the federal government, the Office of the Chief of Staff to the President, the FCT administration, and the State House Office of the Vice President have received budgetary allocations exceeding 9 billion naira for the renovation or construction of residences for the Vice President. Now, as you can see, this includes residents in Dodan Barracks in Lagos, residents in Asor Villa, and the new resident that we recently saw being renovated and commenced by the shown off by the Minister of the FCT. Now, this extensive spending, over 9 billion naira for the residents of a single individual in a country where children are dying from malnutrition, in a country where workers are begging for a living wage. A minimum wage increasing 60,000 is no longer a living wage in a country where 60,000 cannot buy you a bag of rice. However, we have over 9 billion going to residences for the vice presidents, and we have over 6 billion going to purchase of new cars for the State House headquarters. In a single day, a sign-off of over 200 million naira to purchase tires. Rufai.
This one, it's shocking. You see, that 9 billion you were even talking about is minus the 21 billion. It was after that, after the renovation for Dodan Barracks and all of that. And the shocking thing about the renovation is after they renovated Dodan Barracks, the president doesn't even stay there. Anytime he comes, he stays. He's our neighbor here. It's just that during Salah, he didn't give us ram. He's our neighbor here. He comes around. He stays body law here, but he didn't give us ram. I will call him out here, President Tinubu. Babani here. So after that, they had the temerity to go and spend 21 billion on the VP's residence. And you can see tires, over 200 million in a day. And this is a country, the shocking part is where the tire industry has collapsed. Tire manufacturing collapsed totally. At some point, we used to have Dunlop, Michelin in this country. If those factories were working, if you had purchased from this industry, at least you will put that money back into the ecosystem. But we need to import. Most of the cars you are seeing there on the presidential fleet that they bought, are they Nigerian-made cars? That's also the conversation. So how do you grow the sector when all of this frivolous spending is happening? As these spendings are happening, I would have loved a case where you plow that money back into this economy. But it goes ahead to show the kind of country we're on. All of this minus the fact that very soon, monies also will be put in supplementary budget to buy 2 private jets for them. And when we keep talking about the fact, now they're trying to skew the narrative about debt. That's a shocking thing. The question is, now they are saying, oh, it's because of currency differential that the debt increased up to 24.3 trillion. They are saying the real debt is about 7 point something trillion. It was currency differentials that made it go up to 24 point something trillion. The truth is, in the space from December to now, your debt increased by 24 point something trillion. And we are not seeing what we are doing with the money. The people are being killed by inflation. You cannot agree a minimum wage. Now you've pushed it back to the states because the states don't want to pay. You're saying you're still talking about it. And at a time where independent evaluators are saying it will take over 104,000 naira to have decent wage for the people. You want to pay 62,000. Your people are feeding fat. You are buying more planes. You are having your best life. You are traveling as much as you can. You're having a good time. All your allowances are being paid, and the people are boiling. So the truth has to be said. Country no balance. The country is so poor because the leaders constantly make this country poor. And I'm not surprised. This kind of recklessness that is going on and this I don't care attitude. But guess what? The National Assembly will never reject it. They will pass everything freely. And that's how a country starts to deplete. But you see, the truth about the matter is that Nigerians are not even any better. Because when you raise this issue to Nigerians now, Nigerians will now divide across ethnic lines, tribal lines, religious lines, and say no. When it was your own turn, when your region provide president, what did you do about it? Leave is our own turn. They will now remind you that they are standing on the mandate. They will remind you that you have no point to talk.
I wanted to ask because,
So guys, take it or leave it. Nigeria needs protest at the moment. Nigeria needs protest the way Kenyans are protesting without looking back. Don't forget that, Kenyans have vowed, even the president himself has come out to plead with the people to calm down. They say no, until you reverse the bill. Now the bill has been reversed. Do you know what again they are requesting for? Ruto should leave, meaning the president should leave the office, should vacate the office for having abused the privilege that was given to him by the people. They voted with this man with so much confidence. Tinubu stole his own mandate, but do you know what? Ruto, people voted confidently for him, thinking he was going to be far different from the previous government. But look at what is happening in Kenya. And the Kenyan youths, my God, you need to see what they did in Kenya. They took over the legislative house and they've gone all over the places. The security agents can no longer contend them because enough is enough. That is what the Nigerian government needs at this moment. Enough of all this. Nigerians, have you not seen how much is being spent on these our leaders? Don't forget that the Tinubu's wife spent, I can't even mention the figure, just take a look for yourself.